in a riverbed. Dry as it is, this is a wadi. When it rains, and it doesn't rain much here obviously, but when it rains, these rocks cannot absorb the water, and so they flood. That's the definition of a wadi. It's a riverbed that's running with water during rainy season, during flood season, can flood very dramatically. You'll always find these acacias along the edge of the stream beds that flood occasionally. You won't see them halfway up the cliff. Sometimes they'll be a few feet above. They've got to get those roots out into that stream bed or they don't survive. When it doesn't flood, sometimes as much as 10 years or more, I'm told, the tree will go dormant. And it'll stand here as if it's dead. Then suddenly, years later, you get a flood and it'll come back to life. You get a beautiful little flower on it, and then those pods as the fruit. And then for a season, it's very good. And wait next season to see if there's, again, a flood. Now, in the opinion of the man that I believe is the world's greatest authority on biblical plants, his name is Noga Haravani, in his opinion, this is the tree of Jeremiah 17. Now, that doesn't say anything to most of you because that's not a passage maybe we study a lot. Let me quote it to you. You'll recognize it from somewhere else. It goes like this. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the path of sinners, or sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the Torah, we say law of the Lord. And on his Torah he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water. Stop a moment. I would guess there are not many of you here that would have ever seen this as the picture behind that psalm. I mean, we've made it an oak tree next to the Mississippi. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'm not going to try and prove to you that this is exactly the tree God meant in Psalm 1 and Jeremiah 17. What I want you to see is, if I was living in the desert and read that psalm, this is my picture of someone deeply rooted into the water of these floods, who then provides all kinds of things over years and years and years for entire communities of people. Salve, medicine, camel food, wood for fire, even wood for the Ark of the Covenant. So it seems to me that one of the lessons God is teaching is that in the desert we must become acacia trees. Trees that provide all kinds of things for the community in the desert where there isn't much. And this becomes God's way of sustaining just enough to continue.